Ah. Whoop, shit. Oh. Good morning, everyone. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I always do that. That's because I always do the lives in the morning. SOG, yes, brother. Stuart Nixon, yes, mate. Chris Dawson. Excuse me. How is everybody? Shout out today. Look at that head of hair. Going good, mate. Going good, thanks, Joe. Feeling proper low today. I picked me up watching your videos. Positive. Yes, bad boy. Appreciate that, brother. To be fair, mate, I felt the same when I woke up this morning. Felt flat. I was low. Couldn't be asked. I felt like shit. And then I was going through messages last night, and because listen, I spend at least an hour or two every single night going through messages, and when I'm messaging people, I wait for their reply and I engage with them. I don't just message them and then fuck off and then just ignore them. I message them and then I engage with them, and I engage in a conversation, and I try and be as open, as honest as possible when I'm messaging people. I'm going through messages last night and I'm finding like this fucking people who've messaged me last week, and I'm getting to the messages, and they're turning on me in that, man, because I'm not getting to the messages quick enough. Like, listen, I don't owe you anything. Like, if you're getting frustrated at me, if anyone's getting frustrated at me for not answering messages quick, see, this is what people do. They'll message you on a Monday, then you haven't answered it by Thursday, so they'll send you a question mark, and then over the weekend they send you another question mark, and then by the Monday, Tuesday, they're turning on you, calling your names and saying you're not there for them and this, that, the other. Like, it's not good, man. It's not good, because at the end of the day, I make it clear. Like, if people message me, it can take me a couple of weeks to get to your messages. Like, it's just stupid, man. I'm good, mate, thanks. I'm estimating to take you around 30, 40 seconds to flatten shadow boxer. I might even be overestimating. Do you know what? Like, he's a bit of a wrong one for showing private messages. He FaceTime, he was messaging me, so I finally answered him. And I just called his bluff and said, right, listen, if you want to fight, get you on the BKFC and we'll fight and we'll see where you're at. But this BKFC won't touch him. They won't have him on because of his criminal record and the shit that he's done. I tried to call his bluff, and he's played private messages, which you don't do, but it is what it is. Look, I'd be disappointed if he was a friend. I'd be disappointed if I respected him, but I don't respect him, and I don't. So it means nothing to me. Like, the fact that he's shown private messages it just tells me everything I need to know about that man. Yeah. So getting back to these messages, guys, people are turning on me in messages because I'm not getting back to them quick enough. And not only that, there's people who I've spoke to through YouTube and stuff like that who are also turning on me because I'm not answering the messages, or not. If I say I'm going to do something, then I'll do it. It might take me a few weeks, or because I am flat out. I work stupid hours every single day. I was at work this morning, 6 o'clock. I've come home now, and then I'm back in an hour or two. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand. Like, I'm talking to people on YouTube. I'm not going to mention no names, but someone's turned on me this morning, which is fucking bang out of order, calling me a mug and a rat and calling me a snake and this, that, the other. All because I'm not answering him as quick as he likes, or I'm not rammed up his ass, telling him how fantastic he is. It's a bit of a shitty move. It's a bit of a snake move. I'm engaging in conversation with these people, and you know what it is? These people think they know me as well when they don't. Like, people watch me on YouTube or they watch me on other social media platforms and think they know me, but they don't. I'm on social media, 1-2 hours every single day. You know, you can't say you know someone just because you watch them every day on YouTube. You know, it's just stupid. You know, and as for people turning on me in messages because I'm not getting them to as quick as possible, fuck you. Because at the end of the day, I'm not like, if you're messaging me, you want to know what if you want to message me on mental health or addiction or anything along them lines, you've got to remember you need to be patient if you want to know what I know. If you want what I've got, which is clean time, serenity, my sanity intact, you know, relationship with God. If you want to know all that stuff, then you've got to be fucking patient. You like, I'm not messaging you, you're messaging me. You can't just turn on me after a couple of days of me not answering your messages. Like, that's not how this works. And I do make it clear that, like, look, it can take me up to a week or two to get to your messages. Like, it's just one of them things. So, and I always do try and apologise for not getting to people's messages, but at the end of the day, if I can't get to them to as quick as you like, then that's not my problem. But other than that, everything's okay. You need to check out Sophie Green. You need to check out Boxer Lindsay Doyle. I will. I'll have a check. I'll have a check. Yes, Danny Christie, my brother. Hope you're well, mate. Mood follows action. Where can I donate to you? I have a GoFundMe set up, mate, or I have a bank account linked to Vienna's Voice. So if you want to message me on Instagram, if anyone wants to donate or wants to help out with the charity with Vienna's Voice, message me on Instagram. Danny, if you're still there, mate, do you want to jump on for 10 minutes? You don't have to, like, mate, if you don't want to. It's entirely up to you, brother. Excuse me. Links in the chat, Dan, if you want to jump on for 10-15 minutes, have a quick catch up. Now, Major, no, just thought we'd jump on, Dan, if you're there still. How do you feel when you react you lost? Paul, how do you feel you react if you lost your next fight, as that's not something you forced yet? I'm curious. Go on, Paul. That little ones have bombed me off. Have bombed you? The little ones have bombed you off? What do you mean? No problem, brother. If that's your way of saying you're busy with your little Carlisle slang, no problem, I'll have it. But yeah, no problem, my brother. How do I? So this is funny, because I think I said it the other day on a video. Like, I'm prepared to lose. Look, I haven't battled. I haven't fought on a high level in years. You know, I'm new to the combat. I'm new to bare knuckle boxing. This is something out of my comfort zone. Something where, you know, I've never fought professionally at bare knuckle. So there's a possibility I'm going to fucking lose. There he is. Oh shit. Yes, my brother.
Yes, Paul. What's happening, Java?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm all right,
I didn't understand what you said there when you said the young'uns have bombed me off. You mean the young'uns have fucked you off?
Yeah, well, I was meant to be going swimming this morning with the young'uns, but they've bombed us off now. They don't want to go till 2 o'clock because they're upstairs, Dawson. So it is what it is.
It's the weather for it, like, isn't it? It's a weather for a day, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Well, it is, isn't it? It's not really. I tell you what, I better turn my cap round because you look like a pair of queers.
I'm not turning my wrong. I'm still like that. Dickhead.
Yeah. What's happening, Paul? What are you going on about in your life, Paul? What's gone down?
Fucking. So obviously, I put myself. Every time I do videos around mental health and addiction and stuff like that, Dan, I always put myself out there for people to message me. Like, I always promote my Instagram, and I always say, look, if anyone's struggling with addiction and mental health, drop me a message. Now, when I'm finally getting to messages from a week ago, I'm finding that there's a small minority of messages that are turning on me. You know, what they'll do is they'll message me going, I need your help, or they'll ask me a question, and then a couple of days later they'll put a question mark. Then a couple of days later, another question mark. And then by the time I'm getting to the message, they're slating me saying, "You're full of shit. You're not there for me. You're not there for no one." I'm thinking, fucking hell, mate, give us a chance. But
yeah, it's unfortunate, Paul. I've had that. I've had something similar.
Yeah, but I always, when I used to speak to my sponsor about it and stuff like that, they used to say, "Always remember, they want what you have. You don't want what they have. You're not messaging them. They're messaging you. So don't take it to heart." But then I find myself not arguing with them. I'm finding myself messaging them saying, "Look, I'm very disappointed that you've turned on me here. I've got to your message here, wanting to help. I've read your question, which is a good question, and I've got the answer for your question. But see now, because you've been dead rude with the question marks, you can go fuck yourself, pal." Do you know what I mean? And I mean, don't get me wrong, I shouldn't be like that, but I'd be lying if I said it affected me this morning. When I woke up and read them and that, I thought, fuck's sake, man, there's no need in that. But it's not that, Dan, as well, because the question that is like this certain individual, the question that he's asked was a legitimate fucking mental health question, and I thought, I can help. I've been there. I can share around this. Yeah. And then, but then he's because I haven't answered him as quickly. Then he got fucking personal, mate. Well, not personal. Just started calling me what everyone else calls me. Big head and big pin and fat fitter and this, that, the other.
Right. Can't fight soft to shake.
But, there's only you who says that about me, you knob.
No, listen, Paul, I know what you're saying. I've had it before, and I think, sometimes you go to a message maybe in your request to something, and there's 4 or 5 messages there over a couple of months, and you just never seen them. And the first one's usually dead friendly. All right, how you doing? I like your content, this, that, and the other. And another 3 or 4 messages. The last one's like, you ignorant cunt. You know what I mean? You can go and fuck yourself. And I'm like, that's messages I've never seen. So when it does that, I very often just, I don't know, wish them well, say a little prayer for them. Because at the end of the day, when you're talking about people wanting to know stuff about addiction and mental health and that, there's every chance in the world that they're not in a very good place, are they? So
yeah. Well, that's one of the things. Is I mean, it's like I remember when my sponsor used to always say to me, "Why didn't you call me yesterday? I told you to call me at 6 o'clock." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, mate, I was busy." You go, and he used to always say to me, "Remember, you want what I have. I don't want what you've got. So if you can't make time to fucking call me, then don't call me at all." And I thought, wow, that's scary. And I find myself, if people are reaching out to me because if they can relate to what I'm talking about, or they think that I might be able to help in certain situations, then fucking be patient. Remember, you want my help, I don't want yours.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You want my suggestions, you want to know what works for me, not what. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of them and all, like when you're looking at, sometimes if I don't look at my requests for a couple of weeks, like I'm being serious here. Like sometimes I could do with some help, getting through them. There's that many, there really is that many. And Paul, I work full time and I've got my kids all the time. Like I apologize to anybody right now. I simply do not have the time to be looking through every message that I get sent, to be replying to every comment that's there. I simply do not have the time. And I'm not, and something, no offense to everybody, but even if I did have the time, I would likely allocate it somewhere else. So, please forgive me for being honest.
Yeah, no, I get that and I appreciate that, mate. But I'd be lying if I said I do proper enjoy connecting with strangers and speaking about, so I do sit every single night for sometimes more than an hour, and I go through all these messages, and sometimes it's just people saying, "How are you?" Do you know what I mean? And I'll answer them, but I do enjoy the people who want to know about fellowship, the people who are asking questions about God, because again, we only keep what we have, Dan. You know the score with that, and we only keep what we have by giving it away. So when I'm engaging with these conversations, and then I put my phone down and I lay and I look at my wife and my kids, I get grateful that I'm able to carry a message to these strangers. I'm able to carry the message to these people who are still struggling with the same shit that I've struggled with and can continue to struggle with on any given day. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, Paul.
So I do enjoy doing that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, it's in your nature, Paul. You've got a strong message. Like I say, I remember you passed the message on to me. For all, and I try to do that myself. And the thing about passing a message on is it's not. You don't have to be in a place of perfectivity. You don't have to be a place in this beautiful pink fluffy cloud. To pass on a message of recovery. I don't have all the answers. I'll never have them all. And it's one of them things, isn't it? It's not about. Sorry, I thought they were killing each other up there. They're not sparring or out the behaving. It's one of them, isn't it? It's a continuation of progress and learning. Like no one's got all the answers, But you are someone, Paul, who carries a strong message. You know, I remember getting a message from you that day, and I've had it many times. You know, yeah, you emit, something very positive, Paul, when it comes to recovery. You know, some of the things you've said to me, I'll never forget. You know, so thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. But it's, again, like I said, mate, but like I find that my recovery gets stronger by carrying a message, because at the end of the day, it was what happened to me. Do you know what I mean? People carry a message to me, or people tell me, because now look, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I find myself coming to you for advice and inspiration from the stuff that you talk about, because at the end of the day, what's the right answer for a certain situation that I'm going through today might be different tomorrow. Does that make sense? Where you just said it there. There's sometimes there's no right or wrong answers. It's just certain situations can help at that situation. Does that make sense there? I think I'm trying to make sense. Like,
right.
I don't know. Like, there's certain situations that can make you sad, or can make you happy, or can make you down or depressed or whatever. But sometimes on that, depends on that situation, the answer can be different all the time. It depends on what you need that time, that given time, to help you to pick yourself up, or what you need to hear. Do you know what I mean? At that given time.
Well, listen, 100. That's for me. That's the beauty in this uniqueness in recovery. You know, like everyone. You know, they've got their own journey. They've got their own system. They've got their own things that work and things that doesn't work. There's no blueprint. You know, obviously there's the suggested things, but what works for one person will not work for another. And what's an answer on Monday might not be the answer on Wednesday. You know, so that's what I've found. You know, it's just finding out what works and what helps and what keeps you clean in the day. You know, don't think too far ahead with it. You know, every time I've done that, I've lost my way. You know, so I keep it in the day and I keep it simple.
Yeah, that's bang on, mate. See what this Mickey says. You do seem to focus too much on negative comments than even the 99% being positive. No, that's not correct. I used to do that. I think that's one of the reasons what took me away from YouTube, was focusing on the negative instead of the positive all the time. No, I'll be lying. When it's private messages and people are attacking you in private messages, or you just wanted to help, yeah, it's hurtful. That's what I'm talking about. But see these negative comments and the shit when I'm getting attacked in comment section now, I find it so inspiring, so inspirational. You know, all these armchair boxing fucking critics, or armchair boxing experts who were telling me, oh, you need to lift your back foot up, you need to step off the centre line, you get it too much, you won't be able to fucking do now in big. I think. But mate, don't get me wrong. The 95% of the positive comments, they stick with me. They stay with me. Do you know what I mean? The negative ones, I read them, I get inspired, I think, fuck you, bye bye. Do you know what I mean? I remove them off my channel. I don't need to have them. I read them. I don't need to leave them there. So if anything, mate, that's not what I'm doing. It's just the private messages that, because they wanted the help and I felt like I could help. And then when they've turned on me that bad, I think, no, fuck you, mate. Like, you can't disrespect someone like that. Like, you got to remember, you want what I have, I don't want what you've got. So that comment there, I understand what he's saying, but mate, lately, the last few months, I remember you saying before, you know, coming on, lovers, haters, you know, all that stuff. It all adds to your channel. You know, whether you're negative or you're positive, or you're watching in the background and you're just not liking or not supporting, but you're still watching.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It fucking helps the channel, whether you like it or not.
One of them, you know, the other day I was on about negative comments, and that I was reading a couple the other day, and me and Alice were laughing at them, and that, you know, I am in that headspace at the moment. You know, I'll be honest, there is times when I know better. I cannot read negative comments because I will do my own editing. You know what I mean? It's nothing to do with what the person's saying. It's me. It's where I'm at. If I haven't got peace and I haven't got the faith and I'm not practicing recovery, I shouldn't even be looking at my phone. You know, it's plain and simple.
Yeah.
But there was one the other day that said, you know, I can't remember the full context, but I was called irrelevant. I was called irrelevant, and this person that called me irrelevant, you know, this wasn't a comment. You know, it was like an essay. It must have took him 10 minutes. You know, and I'm irrelevant. You know, and like I was thinking, like it's that kind of stuff where I don't think people fully realise, like, when you can handle it and how you can handle it. It elevates your channel. You know, and I think to have a large number of haters, you know, when you know how to handle it, you know, can only be a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's got nothing to do with what people are saying, and that the problem with me is me. It doesn't matter. Listen, Alice said something to me the other day about this quote. There was a monk had went out to get some peace on a lake, sat on a boat in the middle of a lake. Another boat banged into him, and he jumped up. He was going to go and divvy. I think he was going to hop into the other boat and that maybe start kicking off. but he realised that the boat was empty. It was just an empty boat floating about in the lake what had crashed into him. So he realised, like, him getting angry had nothing to do with the person. He thought there was a person there. There wasn't a person there. So him getting angry had nothing to do with other people. The anger's inside. The anger's inside all of us, you know, and it's up to us whether we let it out. It's got nothing to do with if external people, they've got control over you, you know. Of course, I haven't mastered it, you know, and I'm not Zen, but I thought, what a brilliant lesson. You know, anger's inside of all of us, you know. It's nothing to do with the person that, you know. So the next time a person got him angry, he pretended that person was the empty boat.
Right.
You know? And it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I
like that. I like that, mate, because it's like it's our choice how we deal with things. It's like it's so easy. Like, see, it's so easy when I'm in a good place, yeah, and I'm doing things right, and I've handed over to God, and I've done the gratitude, I've done everything like I have done. Like, it took me a few hours to do it this morning. That's why I let messages affect me. You know, I wasn't in a good place. I was lethargic. I couldn't be asked going to the fucking gym. I had all that going on, and then I'm thinking, what's going on here? Well, I know what's going on. You haven't done the doing. You haven't done the shit that you meant to do in the morning, and then you're running away with it, and then you're choosing to let that shit affect you. You know, so it's that choice in it. Like, if I get up and do the thing,
100%.
it's so easy as well. It's the easiest thing to just go, don't worry about it, pal. Or just look at someone and laugh it off, smile it off, and just get on with your fucking merry day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing to do is to flip, get angry, fucking let your ego and your pride take over, and then ruin your full fucking day.
That's it. Costing yourself. Alice is brilliant with me now. She's on to us that much with stuff now. I'll be like, I can even be like, you know, like I can get myself upset with someone, you know, and it like I said just then, it's nothing to do with the person. It doesn't matter what they're doing. It doesn't matter what they're saying. It's got no measure of pain or insult or anything. It isn't. It's me. You know, offence is taken, not given. You know, let's say someone. Here's another one, Paul, that my last said to us the other week. She's a fucking barrel of wisdom at the minute, that bird of mine. Right, listen. She said, if somebody was insulting you in a foreign language, right, you would probably, for one, you wouldn't know what they were saying, but for two, you might even laugh at them because you have no idea what they're saying, you know. Now, if you could translate it, they could be talking and calling you the worst of things in the world. So what it is, so we attach the meaning to what people are saying, you know. Offence is taken, not given. We attach the pain, we attach the meaning ourselves. It's got nothing to do with them, where it's coming from or externally, you know. We do this to ourselves. We get ourselves angry. We say that's a divvy. I'm gonna get over there and drop it. You know, that's us. That's our reaction. That's us upsetting ourselves, not anyone else. It's just as simple as that.
I like that. I do. I like that because it is simple as well, and it's like the only person I let down when I flip or get angry or let someone live on my head for rent free, the person it affects the most is me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like I know all that shit as well. So it's fucking mad.
This is the thing. We do know, don't we? We know, but it hides itself away inside, and then the old habits come back. So if you're not practicing it, and you're not living it, and you're not in the rooms, and you're not praying, meditating, and all the suggestion things, then what you know doesn't matter. Forget what you know. You're a divvy for not doing what you should be doing. Do you know what I mean? Do what you should be doing, and what you know comes to the surface, and you emit it. Fucking unreal, mate.
Yeah.
I've got some. What was I going to say there, with pal as well, Paul? In fact, you know something, mate. I'm gonna save it because I thought it was fucking. I thought it was fucking special, mate. I've just been reading a few things earlier on this morning. Some positive. You see, obviously, I got splattered in my last fight, Paul. See like the support that I've had from the bare knuckle community, mate. See some of the messages that I've had from all the best fighters in the world. Everybody messaging me, all the stuff that's been saying, all the support and that I've had. You know, it's been brilliant because they're the people that know the game more than anybody else. You know what I mean? They're the people that I can identify with. They know how hard it is to do what I do and all this stuff. You know, and to be chinned on the big stage. You know, a lot of them know about this stuff, and I've been sent some brilliant messages. None other than a brilliant message that I was reading earlier on this morning. It was from a friend of mine called Jason, fitness instructor. And it was very simple. And I'll never forget what he said to us this morning. And it was, life's success is measured in happiness alone. And I loved that, mate, because I got thinking about it a bit deep when I was doing some shit this morning, and I thought, like, how true is that? You know, it doesn't matter really what's going on or what you've got or where you are in life. You know, if you've got a good state of mind and you have got some levels of happiness and peace, you are winning, mate.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you've got in the bank. It doesn't matter where you are. It's absolutely irrelevant, mate, because this is what we do, isn't it? We get caught up in life and everything, all this stuff needs done, and this is what we need to do, and that's what we need to do, and yada, 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 and this schedule that we've got to tear through in the day. You know, when we don't give ourselves that respect that we need and just think, listen, hang on a minute, like, look how far I've come. Like, just have a, you know, just respect ourselves as people and what we've done and what we've been through and who we are and who we want to be, just to try and get that level of peace and just try and think, hang on a minute, you know, like that's what it's all about. If you can sit and have 10 minutes peace in a day and enjoy yourself, and you can look in the mirror and you like what's looking back, you're doing probably better than 90% of the people in this world, and I don't care how much money they've got.
Amen to that, mate. Do you know what it is, brother? I've worked so hard and so tirelessly to be able to be comfortable in my own skin and be comfortable in boredom as well. When you were talking about there, I thought, wow, you know what? I've felt that. I've felt that success that you're talking about there, that success and happiness, and you know, just being able to sit and being bored and not having restless legs and not having a twitch and not thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Just being bored, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember, it was my boy the other night. He come up, so bored, Dad. It was about 8:30. The wife was out, baby was in bed. I was just sat in the front room, my own, the telly was off, and I was just sat. I was just drinking a can of fucking Coke Zero, and he went, "I'm so bored, Dad. Are you?" I went, "Yeah." But I said, like, I was like, "Yeah, I'm bored shitless." But I was so fucking content and happy in my boredom because boredom was such a fucking massive trigger for me back in the day, Dan. If I got bored, I needed to use, I need to have a bucket, I need to have a bong, I need to have a line, a tablet, or I need to go rob some fucker or do something mad or stupid or daft. I had to do something. Where now, you know, just sitting in my boredom, being comfortable in my boredom is a massive achievement for me, mate. Like massive. And when you were talking about there, then I just felt dead relaxed because I just thought, fucking hell, like, I just boredom used to just cripple me, man. It used to send me over the edge. Like, I had to do something fucking raged and uncomfortable just to stop being fucking bored.
Yeah,
you know
well, I think that was one of the biggest transitions. What I noticed for me, instead of being, you know, comfortable in the chaos, which I once was, now I'm not at all. You know, now I don't. Things start happening around me, even if things get a little bit loud and a couple of boisterous chavers sort of shouting the mouth off in my area. I'm like, get me away from this. You know what I mean? I don't really like it anymore. Where that was like that was me. I loved all that stuff. You know, I was like comfortable in
the... See that being comfortable in the chaos. It used to be excitement. My excitement's turned into anxiety now. So it's like, but my anxiety can be, because when I got excited and all that was going on, I lashed out. I got violent. I went on the defensive. Well, my first line of defense was attack, and that's what I did. Where now, when I get this anxiety feeling, I'm thinking, oh, it's not a nice feeling. It's turned from excitement to anxiety, but my anxiety still makes me want to go on the defense, which is either attack or lash out or fucking grab someone or do something mad. But what I do is now, because I don't enjoy anxiety, I remove myself from the situation. You know, I used to be comfortable in confrontation when it was out there, but now I avoid it. Don't get me wrong, I still hand myself well. I can still do whatever I got to do if it comes to it. But why? I just, do you know what? Just avoid it. Avoid it like the fucking plague. And I have to, like, mate, my fucking sister's wedding. You know, it got to about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Everyone's fucking 7, 8 pints deep. People are talking shit and everything, having more fun than me. And I just thought, yeah, like, I could just feel myself getting anxiety and people shaking my hand over and talking in me look. I thought, oh, still medding. I just fucking barely even say bye to anyone, just backdoored it, see you later, and then rang everyone when I got home. I thought, yeah, I'm done. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's that fucking family dues, mate. Can you imagine how I'm fucking feeling when I'm in parties and nightclubs and pubs and whatever? It's horrible.
Mate, mental. It's absolute madness.
What's the so Dan, cruiserweight? What do you reckon? What do you reckon my chances are? Cruiserweight, the BKFC. Think I'll do all right?
I think you do all right, Paul. If you don't take offence to what I'm about to say, providing you can make the weight. You know. You know, no offense, bro. You know, I don't know what you're sitting at, and I'm just, you know, that's the only concern for me, mate, is making the weight, because obviously, you know, if you can cut a stone in fight week, then you're going to be a stone. Then you're going to get that stone back, aren't you, on the night? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you can't, you know, if you, it's what I would probably suggest, Paul, is over Christmas, especially when you, like we all are, sat on our ass with a bit of time off. I'll probably try a dummy weight cut, mate. Starve yourself for 3 or 4 days on water and just see what you can actually do, and do yourself a mock weight cut, right? Give yourself a pretend fight week. So you've got 6 days now to get down to X amount of kilo, and just see if you can do it. Practice it, give it a dummy run, because the more you do it, the easier it's going to get.
So I'm at 100 and like 105, 106 now. That's what I'm at. I was 117, Dan. I remember when last time me and you sat down for food.
Yeah.
When was that? I was what 117 kilos then.
Yeah.
You know, so I was big. I'm big. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't feel overweight. I was lifting weights like a mad dog, but I was 117 kilos, mate. Mate, I haven't even tried. All I've done is fucking come off the fucking gear, stop lifting weights as much as I was, and I'm down to 106 effortlessly as well. I'm on 3 Parmos a week. I'm fucking eating chocolate cakes and cheesecakes like there's no tomorrow, and I'm still losing weight. So, mate, I said it to you the other day, didn't you? When you just said there, doing a little bit of a mock cut. So my cardio is getting upped. I've done 2 weeks of cardio now every morning, 9 till 10. Next week, the coaches have rang me, says, look, next week it's 9 till 11. And you're putting the work in. And I thought, right, okay. So it's getting up next week. I'm probably not going to diet properly, but if I can get to 100 kilos with no diet, just through cardio and training, I'll hit 93, no sweat, no fucking sweat. I know for the fact
you walk around the weight wants to be about 100, 101 kilos thereabouts, for you to give yourself a decent chance and have a good cut. And then obviously for that'll be the weight that you're going to be you'll be fighting at on the night. Obviously you'll be trimming down for the weigh-in, but you want to be sat at about 101, 102 at the outside on fight night. You know, if you want to be a big cruiserweight, which you will be, but providing you can make the weight, which I don't see why you can't. There's enough muscle on you. You'll hold enough water in there, you know, to get that fluid out of there. Like I'm convinced you will. But
I think if I just chop me fucking head and chin off, I'm at 93 straight away. But
just take your wallet out your pocket, you hungry cunt.
You mad cunt. Wouldn't mind being a quick behind you, mad head. Okay, no, listen. I think when I was fighting at the K1 heavyweight, which was 96 plus. You know, I used to, and I never used to diet, Dan. I used to just eat when I fucking wanted. In fact, there was sometimes when I was under the weight, I was at like fucking 94, 95, and I was like, shit, you're underweight. Not like doing the fight week, so I was having to fucking eat pizza every night. You know what I mean? And then I was just to say getting over the weight, but that was like 3 or 4 hours a day training, fucking running fucking 50, 60 mile a week. You know, that it was easy. You know, I know for a fact I can hit 93, probably without dieting as well, mate. I've got a funny feeling over these next few weeks, before the 20th of December, I reckon I'll be at 100 kilos, if not less. I really do think so.
Oh, well. Like I said, listen, Paul, I think you'll do some serious damage, and I really do.
Who's the UK champion in cruiserweight?
Who what?
Who's the UK champion in cruiserweight?
He isn't one.
He isn't, is there?
He isn't one, mate. There's only one of them belts in the UK, mate. It's in my bedroom.
I'm fucking coming to get it.
Sausage.
Someone says to me, so let me ask you this, and answer it as honest. Well, I know you will anyway. I know you'll answer it as honest as possible. Someone says to me, "You dropping down to cruiserweight? Isn't that what Danny Christie's at?" I said, "Nah, he's light heavy." He says, "It's the weight below." He said, "How much would it cost for you and Danny to meet at a catchweight and fight?" I said, So that'd be a fucking lot of money I'd need. I said, but to be fair, mate, I said, I don't think there's enough money on this planet for me to punch my pal in the face. I said, but there's fucking hundreds of grands there, mate. I think we'd fucking come to an agreement and think, fuck it, Dan, let's have it, innit? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think there was enough money on this planet to make me want to punch you in the face. But I think if me and you sat down and we had a good crack and a good chat, I think it would take a lot of money, wouldn't it? But it might be half anyway. I think I'm talking like couple $100,000 I'd need for me to fucking punch you in the face.
Take a few notes, that's for sure. It's one of them. It's like you've got to switch something on fight night. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how friendly in that yard people. You know what I mean? If you're not going to switch that on fight night and try and do some damage, then it's just a spar. Do you know what I mean?
But that's it. Well, listen. I remember someone talking about Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. They were close friends. They were very good friends. Them, you know. and they fought 3 times, didn't they? I mean, obviously, someone mentioned it about them being friends, and I went, yeah, but they weren't as close as what me and Danny are. So I speak to Danny almost every day. So I've gone through things with like personal shit, like emotionally attachment. It'd be impossible to sign a contract to say like one of us could possibly die here. You know, that's not happening. Like, there's not enough money on this planet. But I think if someone said there's 100 grand each there, I think me and Danny are just making a rough spar. We just pretend we're going to have a fight. But there's been a few people. There's been a good few people. I'm not shotting a few names. Oh, I'm sparring with Aggie as well soon over the next few days, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fucking a lot of people. So I put another video out saying, oh, like when I was doing a live, who do you want me to spar? And about 6 people banged Aggie's name in it. So I thought, you know what?
Are you going to Aggie, or is Aggie coming to you?
He's going to have to come to me, brother. I'll something's happened to me fucking car, and I'll tell you in private, mate. Fucking. So he said he's going to come down anyway.
Oh well, I'm going to fly over with him.
You're coming down?
I'm going to fly over with him, aye.
I'll whoop his both up in the same day if you want. No problem.
Yeah, I'll yuck it in between rounds.
Yeah, I bet you will. Let Aggie tire me out and then you jump in and lever us. I like the sound of that. No, but I made it clear to Aggie. I said, look, you're my friend and brother, mate. I said, just come down with me. We'll have a good, sharp, fast spar. Don't need to be sitting down on punches and trying to take each other's head off, but it'll make for good content, brother.
Aggie didn't spar like that anyway, mate. He's never sparred like that. Aggie will only hit full in a fight. You know what I mean?
I imagine you've done a few rounds with him, have you?
I've tip-tapped about with him, but that's all we do. That's all Aggie does with anyone. Aggie will never...
Yeah, it's all I do. It's all I do, mate. Yeah. The only time I've ever felt nervous going into a spar when I'm going to spar someone I don't like.
Yeah, and you're traveling and you're going into it. It's what I think when you're traveling and going to them spars, because you're under somebody else's coach, and that there's nothing saying that coach is there to look after you. You know, you might just be there to get yucked. You know,
well, that's it, innit?
Very often the case, you know.
Traveling everywhere. I was traveling down London. I was traveling to Wales. I was going around sparring with these K1 and Muay Thai lads, and I was treating it like a fight because I didn't know him. And I knew the reason they were inviting me down is because they want to get fight ready, and so would I. So sometimes you've got to treat spars like that, haven't you? Like a fight, like a real fight. Yeah, you know, but I find I do get a lot more from sparring with, like, you know, Mick Terrell, Stevie Robinson, sparring with yourself and Aggie, you know, where it's sharp, fast. You're just like having a laugh with it, and because you can practice then, can't you? You can practice things you can't practice in a fight. You can't practice in a proper rough spar. You're treating like a fight, mate.
Yeah. Like, you know, you can't turn your brain on. You're not training. You're fighting, and there's a world of difference when you slow that pace down a bit. Slow that power down a bit. You can turn your brain on because you're not. If you get caught, so what? You're training. You're getting caught while you're trying this. Brilliant. That's what you should be doing. You should be trying in a spar.
Exactly.
If someone's swinging to take you out, you ain't trying now. All you're trying to do is hurt him. You know, it just takes away the training, learning side of it, and you just got into what's naturally already there. You'll never learn in a rough spar like that. And you know,
I agree.
Them rough spars are super necessary, and you need them, but only after a lot of technical sparring. You know,
of course you are, mate. Of course you are, mate. Like I always said, if you're gonna do technical sparring once or twice a week, you do your cardio and all that, and then every 2 or 3 weeks you could do with a rough spar, traveling around, you know, sparring someone who's in the rankings, sparring someone there's a potential you're going to fight. You turn up then and you think, right, let's go, let's have it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how I always treat it. Where I absolutely love sparring. I love sparring with the lads, you know, and doing the technical stuff and moving around. And I always look like I'm getting levered. That's because I switch off. Not switch off. I'm constantly thinking and moving and sliding and thinking, how can next time I'll get out of the way? And it's just mad. Fuck class. Class. I'm enjoying the boxing training the last few weeks. Like, just drilling, just drill. Even, you know yourself, Dan, when from throwing a jab from a K1 or Muay Thai stance, it's a different type of. You're throwing it different. So when you're square on and you throw a jab, you're throwing it almost like a hook.
Yeah.
You know, but when you're boxing, a jab is there for numerous things. You jab, double it up, you know, but you put it out there for distraction, or you use it to line up your right hand, or, you know, to set up something. So what I've been doing is over the last few days is jabbing, stepping off, jabbing and moving. Something I haven't done for years. Even just 1, 2 and rolling.
Yeah.
And Matt Legg did it when I was sparring with him. I found myself swinging in fresh air, and I thought, fucking, I remember when I used to move like that.
Yeah.
And Matt said, every time you fling a 1-2, just roll,
Yeah.
roll. And then
Yeah.
when I've been doing the training the last few days, it's all I've been doing. 1-2, roll. 1-2, move. 1-2, move. Jab, slip. And I'm thinking, fuck, I haven't done this for years. My fucking back's killing me, man. We're moving all the fucking time. Fucking mad. When are you back in the gym? Like, what's the?
I've been out and done the Weatherall steps with Alice this morning. Just put myself through a little pace this morning for the crack. I've been on the phone to Wayne. I'm going to go out and start doing just pads with Wayne once, twice a week, just to stay sharp. Just, a few drills, and not really doing enough fitness because there's a big fight for us in March. This coming, so I'm going to do it. It's as simple as that. I'm going to do it. The promotion kind of, how can I put this? They would have done us a favour if I wanted them to, if I would have agreed. They would have done us a favour, and they would have put us in with someone who I can beat. Paul, I don't want nobody to do me no favours, mate. I'm too old. You know what I mean? I need to know if I've still got something left after getting chinned last time. I need to know what's left in the tank, mate, and I need to be in with a rough, dangerous lad, and it has to be a 50-50 fight, or I'm not interested. And when the name comes out the bag, it will be a fan favourite. It's a fight what I'm excited for. And I get on with the lad as well. So it's gonna be a good fight. And these are the type of fights that I want. I'm done. I'm done fighting anybody that I can beat or anything like that. They're not the fights I'm looking for, mate. And this lad's a very, very worthy opponent who deserves a shot at this UK title that I've got. So it was.
Is that what you're doing? Defending the title? You're defending the title this time, yeah?
Defending the UK title, Paul. It's like one of them. I can't go out like that. That was just one of them things. No matter what I say, nothing's really going to excuse that kind of performance. But it's one of them. I can either complain, I can make excuses, or I can learn from it. I can get back in the gym and keep moving. It's one of them things. It's like it's done now. And it is what it is. I've learned so much from, not so much the fight itself. I don't think I learned anything, and I'm not sure I will. But I've learned from, my pre-fight preparation on the run-up to that fight was just, it couldn't have been any worse. But like I say, no excuses. Jared Warren done what Jared Warren does. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. And that's what happened, So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my bit back in the teeth. I almost feel like going straight into a camp now. I've got that thing now where what do you want to call it? That bit between my teeth or something, I want to get out and prove something to myself. How much have I got left and against who? So, yeah, keep ticking over with the training. I'm going to be back in the gym, I think, start a camp by the sounds of it at about early February. I'll be starting this camp, maybe back end of January. But,
yeah.
Looking forward to getting back in there, Paul. And do you know something, mate? I mean, the figures will remain a secret, but see the money, mate. See the money that's getting thrown about in that, mate. It's like it'd just be daft, not to continue. And but it's as well. It's like what exactly are you looking for? Are you just looking for a payday? Because there's a lot easier ways of making money, than getting chinned in front of millions of people. But it's what I want to do. But I must admit the financial benefits, like sitting there staring us in the face, I'm like, nah.
Let me tell you something. So the reason why I'm choosing to do this is because there's a couple of reasons. I don't want to be that 45, 46, 47-year-old saying, I should have done that. I could have beat him. I would have been good at that. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Another thing is, I'm 38-year-old. I still feel like I've got a lot to offer. I still feel like the attributes that I've got, the durability and the power, you don't lose. It's the last thing to go. It's the last thing to lose. If you rely on speed and you get to 38, 40, it dies down. If you rely on agility, your legs go before your time went down. The time you get to 40. See, similar to yourself, when you've got durability and power, it's the last thing to go. You can last in this game for a long time. So I need to do it before I'm 40 anyway. And and if the goal goes well, I'll probably still be fighting when I'm 40. But I think the difference is with this now, you just hit the nail on the head there. There's easier ways to make money. Now, for me, I think this is the easiest way to make money getting in there and fighting, because it's the only thing I've ever been good at. I absolutely love it. I think it's fucking brilliant for the mind and the body, and for my mental health, and it makes you feel alive. I've never felt more alive when I've been walking towards a ring or cage to swap a few shots with another warrior. I've never felt more alive. No drug on this fucking planet has ever made me feel as good, as cool, as frightened, as excited, or all these emotions rolled up into one big ball of natural endorphin fucking excitement feeling. It's been crazy. And now I think me now personally, look, it's similar to yourself. Like, I've never ever prepared to lose ever in my life. Losing wasn't an option. My ego and my pride definitely wouldn't have dealt well with it. But I think I'm at a stage in my life where I'm mature enough to accept that. Listen, I'm brand new to bare knuckle, professional bare knuckle boxing. And you know what I know something as well, brother, I've just realised. So fucking you. People don't realise that you only bare knuckle boxing you had was against that fucking big wronging. And then all of a sudden, you've got this expectation on your shoulders, when in hindsight, you're fighting guys like Anthony Holmes, who fucking legend of fucking bare knuckle boxing, fucking, and holding your own and beating these guys, fucking. The first fight that MMA lads, fucking hell, he was extremely active.
Yeah.
He was fighting. What did you want? You had a couple of fights back in the day, amateur, mate. Just a rough child who was fucking fighting on the streets, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, Paul.
Listen, I think people forget that, don't they, bro?
Yeah. Listen, Paul, I couldn't agree more. Looking at it from me personally, looking back, well, what a journey I've been on. What a journey I've been on.
Journey only people can dream of, mate.
Honestly, mate, I can be nothing but grateful for what's happened, and I mean, like I say, on about money, I'm not money orientated, you know what I mean? But I can, for once in my life, right, I can look on my phone in my bank and think, you know something? Oh, that's mine. I don't owe anybody anything.
Get in there, brother.
I'm not in debt. That's for me and my own. You know what I mean? Let's tell you what. Let's book an older. Let's go here. Let's go South Africa. Let's go Salou. All this stuff booked for me in the new year, like all my dollar. And I feel I'm very, very pleased with what I've done and how far I've came. And looking back at how angry I was at getting chinned and getting dealt with the way I got dealt with. And listen, it was a fair stoppage. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going to make excuses. But that was me. I was angry with myself. I was angry with myself. I wasn't angry at the stoppage looking back. I was boiling because, I know how much better than that I am.
Passion. That's what that was, mate.
Listen, Paul, on about emotion, on about endorphins and that there. Every fight I've ever had in my life, I've had that endorphins. I'm walking to the ring, I've had that explosion of dopamine, adrenaline, all that epinephrine and all that feel-good stuff that you get that makes you very, very strong. And that last fight I didn't have it. And I'll tell you why. Like I said, this is an excuse. It's a reason why I didn't have that feeling. I spent far too long in the crowd. I watched every fight up until Gary Fox's fight. And when I watched Fox's fight, I had an explosion of adrenaline because obviously I have emotional attachment to Foxy and I really wanted him to win. And too many times I had adrenaline administered to my heart. I felt my heart rate going up. I felt this rush. And that happened 2 or 3 times before the fight. Now, I know better than that. I need to save all them hormones and all that stuff for my ring walk. So what I should have done, like I knew I should have done, was just sat out the way with my headphones on and just let all that stuff simmer, And to people who don't know what I'm talking about and who can't relate, I don't fully expect them to understand. But the truth is, adrenaline makes you strong. Not only that, adrenaline is your punch resistance. Why do you think they give it to people who are knocked out? Because it wakes them up. Because you're very hard to knock out when you've got large amounts of adrenaline administered into your bloodstream. Now, Paul, did you ever see that? Did you ever see that experiment they done on the Pepsi Max with all them? They had like a load of dweebs and like nerdy types. They were selecting them in Blackpool. They were selecting them like, excuse me, do you mind doing this experiment? They were putting them on the punch machine, right? Recording the score, and then they were putting them on the Pepsi Max. And the second they got off the Pepsi Max, they made them punch the punch machine again. And every single person scored more than double when they got off the Pepsi Max.
Just because of adrenaline and excitement and fear. It's adrenaline, isn't it? That stuff is your superpower, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more. And I've said this a million times.
Over time, I should have knew better. Listen, I'm no one to blame but myself. I should have knew better. You learn, it's an absolute must. It's super essential, and it's a necessity that you harness that inner strength, that adrenaline, epinephrine, dopamine, all that stuff. you need to harness that, and you need to be very careful with it, because if you go throwing it around and spending it in fight week or on fight night, by the time fight comes around, you're going to have none left, and then you will be.
You drained of it. You drained of it. I always remember, brother, and I've said this. I think I've said this loads of times online. I always remember because I was about 15, 16. I was starting to handle myself, and I was starting to fight, and I was fighting back, and I just had enough of being 11, 12-year-old and getting picked on because of whatever reasons anyway. And I always remember our mum pulling me, and she was going, "Have you been fighting a lot, you?" And I says, "Yeah, why?" I'm sick of, and she went, "Listen, just don't ever be a bully." And I says, "No, I won't." I says, she went, "Listen, do you get frightened when you're going for a fight and that?" And I says, "Yeah." She went, "Don't ever lose that fear. Don't ever lose them nerves, because it keep you fucking dangerous." And I always remember my mum saying that, and it never left me all the way through my fighting career. Whenever I remember the first couple of fights, about 4 or 5 fights in the changing rooms, and I was always overwhelmed with fucking nerves and fear. And I was like, trying to calm them down. And then my mum's voice would always just be in my head going, "This is why you're going to win. This is why you're going to win." And that adrenaline, fear, nerves, all just rolled up to a big ball of energy that had highness. And once I walked into a ring or cage, I just felt like fucking He-Man, because all this stuff would just be there, forefront, ready to go, ready to get spent, and ready to pull me through this fight. And couldn't agree more with what you're saying there with that adrenaline and all that. But man was like the adrenaline, fear, nerves all rolled up to one, and it was fucking great. It fucking made. I honestly, I'm so excited. I mean, I'm already feeling it now. Just talking about BKFC, laid in my bed thinking I'm a million miles away from fighting yet. But I'm laid in my bed thinking about scenarios, who am I going to fight, what am I going to do, and I'm like, wow.
Because it's not just I don't want to call it a pipe dream, but it's not just a thought anymore, Paul, is it? You know what I mean?
No.
It's happening now. You know what I
But
mean?
that's all it has been for me anytime. That's all it has been.
Psychologically, it's going to get real. Do you know what I mean?
How many conversations have we had when I've been saying to you for the last year or so, Shalashana, Shalashana, Shalashana? Do you know what I mean? And you've been saying to me, take your fucking shot. Do you know what I mean? And now it's there. I'm committed to it 100%. Providing that nothing happens to me, touch wood, I stay injury free, nothing fucking bad happens. Don't get me wrong, I'm always going to have niggles and injuries. I'm at that age now where, I'm always going to have niggles and little fucking injuries, but nothing's going to stop me from getting in this ring and giving it a go. Going back to that, what you said there, Dan, about, the financial gains and all that. Now, that's the reason I'm fighting for money. And I'm not going to lie, that's the reason why I'm fighting. And that's why I'll probably be able to be at peace with losing. Because when I used to fight, it was all about being the best, being the hardest, living up to my reputation and the ego, the pride and all that, what everyone thought of me. Now it's not that. I've got nothing to prove to no one. I don't give a shit what anyone thinks, whether I win, lose or draw. All I know is I'm a brave man. I've got balls, and I'll jump in there with absolutely anyone walking this planet to fight and swap a few shots with anyone, and I'll back myself all the time. Now, the reason I don't want to lose is because I know for a fact, in order to get to that 20, 30, 40, 50 grand fight, maybe it's more, I have to win. So when I'm telling you it's financial gain, it's money driven, I'm still going to bring the best out of me, mate, because I want to fight. And don't get me wrong, I'm a million miles away from calling out anyone, but the Lorenzo Hunts, these big fights, they're my dream fights. That's what I'm aiming for. That's my target. Like, why wouldn't I be thinking about them fights, mate? Because I know I'm capable. But who knows?
I'll tell you something as well, Paul. This is all I'm going to say. We'll speak about it in private. You're selling yourself short, mate. You're selling yourself short with your sponsors. I seen a video the other day what you were asking for. Take it down. It's not enough. All right? I'm not being funny here, Paul, but that.
No, I respect that, mate. I respect that.
That figure, Paul, is not enough to sponsor you on your BKFC journey. You need more.
Brother, I spoke to you about this in private, and I properly respected what you said as well. And listen, I respect what you said, and I appreciate that. Anyway, so I'm selling myself short, but don't think for 1 second that price won't go up once I prove myself. It's going to double.
That's a fair one.
So the reason why I didn't want to go, I want fucking 10 grand a sponsor, or fucking even £1,000 a sponsor for. If I can get £500 a sponsor for my first fight, just to help me through. This is in my head. 5 sponsors, £500 a month. That's £2,500 a month. That'll cover all costs and a little bit extra, just in case I have to travel here or go there or do this or extra bit of dieting. So that'll cover all costs. Now I still work, Dan. I still earn my own money. I'll pay my own bills. I'm not asked about that. So I'm comfortable with that. Then once I've proved this and I've won this fight, then them sponsorship deals will fucking double. and I'll be looking at more because I know then people will know I'm serious. People will go, he's worth backing him. You know what? He's going to go fine. You know what? All his social, like the similar your story, mate. You won your first fight, start to elevate. You won your second fight, elevate even more. Like your social media platforms are all grown. Everyone, love you or hate you, Danny. Everyone's watching you. Love you or hate you, everyone knows your name. Do you know what I'm saying? And I want to get to that point. You know, I want to get to that point where, you know, I know my worth. I know what and people understand that. Like, look, what I'm asking for here is fair. So, for in my head, what I was asking for this first time around, for me, it's fair. Right, and I'm very comfortable in doing it. I think if I'd have asked for any more, it would have made me slightly uncomfortable asking for it. Because, does that make sense, brother?
Of course it does.
But I don't get what you're saying, mate. 100%, mate. I'm fighting in one of the biggest organisations in the world, mate. You know, and not only that, brother. Like, and I don't mind saying this. You know, the back of me as well. You know, I'm very fucking grateful to have to be speaking to him, and the way and the back of me, they've got high hopes for me. They're thinking that, you know, I can do well. You know, so and you know yourself, mate. When a promotion's telling you, you know, you could be a big star, you can do well, you can do all right, and it does something to you where you think, yeah, you know what, I fucking can. Do you know what I mean? I'm fighting for yous and yous know, mate. All that'll come, and but trust me, brother. I want to be in the position that you're in now. That's what I'm saying. It's inspirational to see what you're doing, Dan. And I said this, didn't I? Danny Christie will be a household name. We said this in private, mate. And I know how many times I've said it, mate, and I'll say it fucking again. I was fucking right. And it's good.
Paul, you know, we spoke about it before. You know, all them things that you said about. There's so many things about, especially about the recovery side and faith and higher power and all that stuff, mate. You know, there isn't one thing that we didn't talk about in that card that hasn't come into fruition. You know, and I'm listening. You know, I'm just want to close on this, Paul. You know what I think of you, mates, right? I've got so many people I would call mates, you know, and I've got few friends, you know what I mean. I'm fortunate enough to have some good friends, you know, but you know you're one of them, Paul. It's one of them things, you know. You as far as you know, inspiration goes, and what you've done for me in my recovery and in my life and my journey, you know, no one really comes close to you, Paul. You know, so I just wanted to say that before I close the show. You know that anyway, you know, but I just want to
appreciate that, brother. Yeah, it doesn't need, brother. Listen, it doesn't need to be said. You know how much I love you, and the things that we're both accomplishing in life. You know, it's. I think we both need each other as much as the next man. Do you know what I mean? I think it's God given, this relationship, innit, brother? You know that, mate. And I appreciate your kind words, bro. I really do, mate. I think, yeah. Listen, brother, I'm absolutely buzzing you jumped on, mate. Spare the moment, mate. I appreciate it, mate. Fuck class, mate.
Always a pleasure, mate. Listen, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, sound, brother, sound. I'm going to finish off a couple of minutes, answer a few questions, mate, on here, and then I'll drop you a message in a bit. All right.
Sound, bit. Bye-bye for now, my brother.
Love you, brother. Bye-bye.
Love you, ciao.
Ciao. Just answer this comment here. I haven't got 5. I've only got 3 sponsorship deals at the moment. If anyone is interested in sponsoring me and helping me on this BKFC journey, please get in touch through Instagram. It's Paul Venice 222. If anyone's interested in sponsoring me, then drop me a message on Instagram, Paul Venice 222, and yeah, be a great help. Disco Beaver, thank you, mate. If you've been serious, it'd be a great help. Appreciate it. SOG. And listen, I'll answer a few questions before I jump off. I've got a couple more minutes. Really appreciate Danny being on. Absolutely love the lad. I think he's amazing. I think he's inspirational. And I love him. If anyone's got any questions, I'm willing to answer them. Disco Beaver, thank you, mate. Thank you, brother. I'm meeting. So this is where I'm at with sponsorship deals now. I've got 1 signed. 2 have messaged me, said they're 100% interested in sponsoring me. So I'm going to be meeting with them today. And the Disco Beaver, if you're interested, mate, drop me a message ASAP, mate. I have got a few messages to go through, but I am only looking to take 5 sponsorship deals on. I'm not looking to take any more on. Just 5 will do, and that'll cover all costs and expenses for this flight camp and the journey that I'm on over the next few months. Bunny, love the way you both support each other instead of knocking each other down. Thank you, Bunny. I appreciate that, darling. Can I send via pigeon? That was class, lad, Paul. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, listen, guys. Each and every person that's took the time to comment, you know, all the members, all the people who support the channel, it's much appreciated. You know, we're doing well for Vienna's Voice now. We've got a few quid in the pot. All good. Are you going to stop vaping, Paul? Mickey, I don't drink, I don't take drugs, and I don't smoke. Leave me vape, please, mate. Come on. I'm going to vape you. I'm not asked about stopping, to be fair. Hi, Paul. Remember you helped me with info on my daughter. You have any tips to sleep my last week's sleep? My last wakes up about 10 times through the night, mate. Mate, I struggle with sleep like fuck, mate. Like I wake up about 10, 15 times in the middle of the night. I found myself just stood at this back door trying to cool down. I struggle with myself, brother. Seek professional help if you have to. Thank you, Carter, mate. Future Sound of London. All you do is hit on girls in this group, in this chat, mate. One girl jumps in, he's all over him. Give it a rest, Future London. I've knew Danny for years, my pal, and you never used to get on. Let him tell you things get hectic. Shout out Danny and Bubba. Right, guys. Appreciate each and every person that's here for me. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate everyone that's took the time to comment, like. Yeah. Future Sound of London. Leave the girls alone, you little creep. I'm only joking, brother. Right, take care, guys. God bless.